Scorpio, what's happening, what's cracking, and what's poppin', baby? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot coming at you guys with your November 15th through the 30th love tarot reading. I hope you guys are well, so let me know down in those comments down below, man. Keep in mind this reading is general. If it resonates, that's awesome. If not, it's not your message. Feel free to check out any other amazing tarot readers that we got here on YouTube, okay? These messages may resonate backwards or vice versa, so take them how they resonate if they apply to your particular situation. If you guys would like, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is all linked down below. And you guys can also check out my sister and her boyfriend's YouTube channel. First link in the description if you guys want to take a look into my family's life. I do apologize that I am 5 or 6 days late on this reading. Better late than never, but I just got back from vacation and I had an extreme workload, so we're back here now. But I did want to touch bases on thank you guys for over 83,000 fucking views on the monthly reading that we did for November. That's absolutely insane. That is the most viewed video I've ever had, and my Scorpios popped out since the beginning of my channel, and they continue to pop out. So you are appreciated, my friends. I really appreciate that, okay? So the fan is not on. I usually like white noise in my background, but I feel like I need to be in a meditative space for you guys because I feel like there's a lot of information this month that is going to come through that is going to be rather significant. I do have a meditation music playing on in the background. If you do happen to hear that, that is what is playing currently. So let's get into it, Scorpio. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. I feel like there's a lot of messages coming through for you here mid-month because I do feel that we've just dealt with Mercury retrograde, not only just in Scorpio season, but in your zodiac sign, Mercury was in retrograde, and it was an intense time for everybody, but let alone, it was definitely very intense for you, right? So I really want to go over what we may have missed before I even started the reading. Seven of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. So what's interestingly enough is that we also have Neptune, which is still in retrograde, which hasn't come to an ending just yet. I believe it went back in retrograde on June 21st, maybe? I'm not too sure about the dates, but I know it went retrograde in June. And Neptune being in retrograde is very special because what it does is it allows you to see through the illusions rather to be delusional. So you've been seeing through a lot of illusions here. Seven of Swords, seeing through the bullshit, seeing through the fake people in your life and the people that don't resonate, the people in life that have given you negative energy, malintent, etc. I think you've really started to see a lot of people for who they are, and I also think you've started to learn and see and accept some self-deceiving behavior that you may have had towards yourself. Sometimes we can be very much so individuals who end up deceiving ourselves based off certain thought patterns that we have or certain ways of thinking and actions that we take. So for some of you guys, Scorpio, throughout this Mercury retrograde and your season, you may have come to a recognition that you have some self-destructive habits that needed some getting rid of, okay? So yeah, let's get into it. I do feel that besides just the love factor, this reading is going to be a lot of channeled information. So I do feel that, you know, if you want to get some popcorn, sit down, get ready for the intensity, let's do it, okay? Messages for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout November 15th through the 30th. What messages do we have for Scorpio coming through mid-month? Messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout November 15th through the 30th. One more shuffle. You may be missing your aunt. I'm not too sure. That can resonate to one person. It feels like this individual may be visiting you during this time. If you have an aunt that has passed away, Scorpio, she may be visiting you during this time. It's an individual that brought a lot of love into the world, that brought a lot of love to you in the world, is what I'm seeing here. This person's very lovely, very warm and inviting energy. You may feel her at bed at night, possibly something at the end of the bed. For some of you here, if you do have an aunt who's passed on, in regards to this aunt, she just has a very loving and warm energy. So before you go to bed, you might actually feel her energy possibly touching you, or you just feel this beautiful warmth around you, almost like you're being cuddled in a blanket. It's a really good vibe. Okay? All right, let's get one more shuffle for Scorpio and see what's going on for them throughout their mid-month. Okay? All right. Scorpio, energy overall, you have a Queen of Swords. Like I said, really seeing through the illusion, not letting things get to you, not taking any bullshit either. This is you finally standing up for yourself and also standing up for what you believe in. But with this Queen of Swords energy being present as well, I feel a lot to do with cutting out things that are unnecessary and only surrounding yourself with the necessary. So the extra drama, the extra toxicity, the extra people in your life that are not meant to resonate with you during this time is what you've definitely been cutting out. Now, your current energy is the Sun card. You really are looking for happiness and happiness shining on in, and rightfully so, that happiness appears to be coming towards you, because as we are exiting out of this intense Mercury retrograde you've experienced in your sign, you know, it's been a while since Mercury has been in retrograde in Scorpio, and with all this intensity, it's really good. It was like one last shebang. thing until you jump into this transformation of you really centering yourself on your own happiness and the happiness that you can give into the world. So I feel that as this is coming to an ending, you're going to feel a lot lighter. You're going to feel a lot happier. You're going to feel like a breath of fresh air, really moving out of this this retrograde energy. And on top of it too, moving out of Scorpio season, jumping into that fun Sagittarian kind of energy, that playful-like energy, it's definitely a good vibe here, okay? Yeah, this is one of those transformations where you can't take everything with you that you have gone through, that you have learned, or people you've dealt with, because take a look at this Four of Pentacles. All right, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. As we're moving closer and closer to 2020, I keep feeling that you have this need to escape the current reality you're in to really live your best life. I think you are coming to an acknowledgement that the life you're currently living right now isn't the happiest life, hence why you're looking for that, right? You're getting that inner happiness. You're making a lot of peace here too, Scorpio. You may be making peace with your past, maybe people you've dealt with, making peace with yourself for the mistakes and lessons you've learned, etc. But this chapter of your life's coming to an end, the World card. You're closing out a cycle here, okay? Aquarian, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo energy. No longer being fixated on what's not good for you, right? Because you are a fixed sign. So the Four of Pentacles talks a lot about holding on to things that are very close to your heart. And I think a lot of you Scorpios have recently let go a lot of things that were close to your heart. Whether this was a person, somebody that you've dearly loved, whether this was a loved one, a relationship, a husband, a friend, etc. You're letting go of somebody that you never thought you'd be able to push through and let go. Because you thought that you needed this person forever. You thought that you needed them genuinely. You thought that they were supposed to be around and that they were supposed to be in your life forever. But sometimes it's surprising that you come to surface, you come to realize this is not the person for me. And it's a bit emotional as you're closing out and ending with whoever this individual is. Because there's just so much history there, deep and rooted, and definitely seems like past life connections were tied into this as well. So whoever this individual you're dealing with, that you're coming to a closing with, no matter how much love you may have for them, you know that this is necessary. Because it's necessary for you to have a new start in your life. They mean a lot to you, but this is necessary, Scorpio. For you to have a brand new start in your life, this is exactly what it is you need. Okay? Now, I do feel on their end, whether they are physically admitting it or not, energetically, they're still holding on to you. So you are the one exiting this cycle. Meanwhile, the person you're dealing with is still holding on to you. Now readings can resonate, vice versa, etc. Okay? So what I'm going to do here, Scorpio, is I'm going to go over the person you're dealing with. I'm going to take a look at their feelings, and then I'm going to take a look at your feelings towards each other, right? We'll see where energies are aligning, and then the outcome for the second half of the month, okay? All right. In regards to who Scorpio is dealing with, let's take a look here. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout November 15th through the 30th. How does the person Scorpio is dealing with feel towards Scorpio, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout November 15th through the 30th. Got a Two of Wands. Definitely feeling like you're almost selfish because you're choosing yourself when in general you're not. Got a Judgment card here. Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles, the Lover's card, the Five of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So they're feeling abandoned by you, but something tells me that you've been abandoned by them before. It feels like it's kind of been an ongoing cycle between you two where, granted, the person you're dealing with may feel abandoned right now. It almost seems as if they've done that same exact thing to you. So right now, with the current cards that I was seeing, we have a Two of Wands to a Judgment card. So this person doesn't want to let you go because they can see that you are fighting for your independence and they can see that you are getting your independence. And considering that you're getting your independence right now, I don't think that they like that. I think that whoever this is you're dealing with wants you to be a part of their life because they can tell energetically as well as physically you're separating yourself from them. And with the Knight of Cups to the Ace of Wands, they're the type of person that really wishes that everything that went down to you history-wise could all dissipate. They wish that they could have a fresh start. They wish that whatever went down between you two never happened. But things happened. And 110%, I don't know the full story. I might get into there if I can and see what really went down between you two. But in regards to their current feelings, this person wants to almost make it seem like nothing ever happened or try to wipe away the memories that you two have experienced and have a head-on brand new start. But you know it can't work that way, Scorpio, especially with all that you've suffered and all that you've gained in the amount of time that you have dealt with this person, etc. Okay? Now, Five of Pentacles here, Knight of Pentacles. This is what's interesting to me. A lot of earth energy with this person. with the individual you're dealing with, not only do they feel abandoned by you, but they almost feel this pull that you're going to end up coming back. And maybe that's because that's a part of your history. Whoever you're dealing with, you guys may have had a consistent push and pull kind of communication or push and pull kind of contact. You might have been that relationship or that counterpart kind of energy where you guys would consistently come back and forth to one another. But I think you're recognizing during this part of your life, Scorpio, that it's time for you to quit coming back and forth to something that's not stable and to quit coming back and forth to something that seems as if it's never going to change and it's never going to get to the way you want it to be, thus being a relationship. I think you've gone through the cycle a little bit too much for you to continue going through with this. So with the Five of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles, the person you're dealing with feels that slowly but steadily, you guys will find your way back to each other. But I just feel this very strong opposition on your side. And with the Lovers card here to the King of Pentacles, I think whoever you're dealing with, no matter what it is they've done to you, no matter what it is your feelings are for them, even if you have feelings of hatred, I feel like this person really does genuinely love and care for you, but they have such a bad way of expressing it. And with the the King of Pentacles and the Lovers card, this is the vibe of trying to be a better man. Now, if you're dealing with a woman, they're trying to be a better woman. But whoever you're connecting with, Scorpio, I feel very strongly that they're trying to become a better person for you, but they have to recognize that they can't make changes for you. They have to make changes for themselves. It's not about making changes for you. It's about them becoming their own individual and them becoming their own best version of themselves. And I think you do want the best for whoever this is you're dealing with. But I don't think they see the bigger picture. I don't think they see that they need to come into alignment with themselves and actually go through self-growth right now. I don't think they recognize that. And that's kind of what has drawn them back a little bit in life. And that's kind of where you're outgrowing them. Because right now, Scorpio, you're recognizing that you need to plant your own seeds and that you need to go through your own self-growth and development. And they can't help you grow and develop. You have to do that on your own. So that's prominent here, okay? In regards to how Scorpio feels towards this person during the second half of the month, let's take a look here. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout November 15th through the 30th. How is Scorpio feeling towards the individual they're connecting with? I feel there's a strong connection here that's just really deeply rooted with a lot of history. It seems to me that this is a counterpart that you've dealt with, or whether if it is a true counterpart or not, it seems that way, right? You always found your way back towards each other. Let's see how you feel towards them. You have an Ace of Cups. You have a Chariot card, you have an Ace of Pentacles, you have a Four of Wands. Strong feelings here. Page of Cups, Three of Swords. Strong feelings that were. Strong feelings that were, right? Ace of Pentacles, Chariot card, Ace of Cups, Four of Wands. You were happy when you were with them. You were excited to marry them. You were excited to really rise and shine above with them and move forward in your life with them as well as expand. This was somebody in the beginning that when you were together, you were so excited to build a life with them and establish a life with them. You thought that this was going to be it. You thought this was the end. The end all be all, right? But it got to the point where it wasn't. It got to the point where when this person kept coming back and when you kept reconnecting and disconnecting, reconnecting and disconnecting, it kept getting to the point, Scorpio, where you were losing hope each and every single time that this person would come back and we'd restart, right? You know, the second time when you finally reconcile, it's like, oh, maybe it'll work this time, and then it doesn't work. And then the third time, maybe it'll work this time, doesn't work. And then the fourth time, you're just like, you know, I feel like I'm losing hope on this. I really feel like I'm losing hope. And I can feel that. You know, I have the sense of already wanting to cry. This is how emotional this reading is. But there was a time where you were really happy with them. And there really was a time where you saw it all. Where you were like, the universe has gifted me the most amazing person. And I can't wait to be married to them. And I can't wait to have this future. But the Three of Swords came. Heartbreak, you know? And with this heartbreak you've experienced on top of that, with this Two of Pentacles, like I was talking about previously, the hope started becoming less and less, more and more and more. You would hope for things to work out, things wouldn't work out, and you stopped getting your hopes up to the point where it broke your heart. It broke your heart because you started to become hopeless that things would ever work out between you and whoever this is you're dealing with. And with the Page of Cups, no matter how much of your love you've offered, you've always felt like you were never enough for them. You've always felt like you were never enough for them to stay. And that's the intensity that's here because it started to make you lack your own self-love and it started to make you doubt yourself if you're worthy enough. So this is where some deep-rooted insecurities may have come up in you. And you could have experienced that a hell of a lot during this Mercury retrograde, as well as battling memories between you and this person. But you know that you have to be stern, and you know that you have to set boundaries. And right now with this King of Swords, you know that you have to take care of yourself, because that's so fucking important. It's more important than people really think. You have to take care of yourself. Nine of Cups paired with the King of Swords. This is the energy of you focusing on doing what it is you got to do, and completely and 110% committing to it. You are no longer giving in to this person. It doesn't matter how much you have love for them, whether you still currently have it or did. You know right now that you have to commit to loving yourself. You have to commit to bettering yourself. Because if you don't commit, you're going to be caught up in the cycle for a long time, even longer than you've already been in it. And I think you recognize that. And I think you recognize right now that there's a lot of tests that the universe is putting you up to, but your self-growth is more important. Your expansion is more important. And whether if you and this person are truly meant to be, you know, the stars will align when that's perfect. But right now, it's really the time for you to shine. It's really the time for you to step into your true player. It's really the time for your star player, excuse me. It's really the time for you to step back into your roots and get back in tune with yourself. Sometimes we got to grow on our own. We can't always grow together. And some people may disagree, but sometimes we have to grow on our own. And that's one of these moments where you have to set that boundary and really keep that boundary up so that you don't fall back into this person's arms. And Six of Cups here to the Wheel of Fortune. Like I said, I do feel during this Mercury retrograde in the Scorpio season, you've definitely had a lot of memories about this person coming up. Good times, bad times, sad times, etc. There's been a lot going on energetically and emotionally for you. But with this closing of this cycle, it is almost liberating and freeing. And it almost feels like you're free. And it's one of the biggest purges you're ever experiencing in your life. It is so fucking intense for you to purge this energy out. And I can feel how draining it's been for you. I can feel how tough it's been for you. I can feel the tears that have moved out of you, to the point where you feel like you can't cry anymore because you've cried so much, you know? So with this Wheel of Fortune paired with the Six of Cups, no matter what, you will always have these memories, and the good memories will always last in your heart, just as the bad, right? You will always carry and hold on to these good memories. And I think you're ready to release, in the sense of, if we're meant to be, we'll be. But I can't continue to force this to work. And I can't continue to give my love and keep hope when it seems like every time I hope for something, more hope inside of me, or a part of me, is dying with it. You know? Geez, Scorpio, fucking A. In regards to where energies are aligning between you and this person, let's take a look here. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout November 15th through the 30th. Where are energies aligning between Scorpio and this person, please, during mid-November? You have a Moon card here. You have a Seven of Pentacles here. You have a Two of Cups here. You have a Seven of Wands and a Devil card, yeah. So it's not a reconciliation, but your person's waiting still. And you can feel them waiting energetically, because the Moon card here, Pisces energy, the Moon card paired to the Seven of Pentacles. The person you're dealing with is waiting for you. They're waiting for you to give them that one last chance. You know, they're waiting for you to really just come back into their life and just be like, I miss you. And I guess that's something that they're used to. Maybe they're used to you running back to them. But with the Moon card here, as much as a tough and emotional decision this is for you, I think you're recognizing that it's time for you to kind of surrender to the universe and surrender to the energy. Instead of fighting the emotions you have, or even fighting for the emotions you have, you're totally surrendering and leaving the situation up to the universe to pan out how it's supposed to. And with the Two of Cups to the Seven of Wands, not only are you just resisting a relationship with this individual currently, I feel like you're resisting a relationship in general right now, because you need some well-noted and well-dued me time and focusing on you time. And I think it's important right now to really focus on your self-care, as well as raising your vibration as best as you can, because your self-care needs to be top priority, especially moving in this second half of the month. Now, some of you here might not even be watching this reading during the mid-month. You might be watching this reading a couple months later. Readings can be timeless, so if you find yourself here at a different point, it can still resonate to you. And with the Devil card energy here as well, you also know that it's good and healthy to have some time away from this person, because it's not that you're necessarily attached to them. Energetically, you two are very attached in a sense. You guys are definitely very energetically attached. You have a lot of karma together. And karma's action, right? And actions create consequences. So you have a lot of karma together. You have a lot of energy together. I'm sure you guys have had sexual activity and have been intimate before. Therefore, you have soul ties and soul bonds. And most likely that you guys are past life lovers. So this is soul contracts. And before I get into all this crazy nitty gritty stuff, you guys are bonded together in a very special and amazing way. And nothing can take away that special bond that you two have. But with the Devil card energy being present in the 3D physical reality, you don't want to feel tied and chained to this one person. Even if you are meant to be with them, or even if you guys are amazing lovers and things will work out one day. You don't want to feel confined and chained to this one person. You want to be set free to be the person you want to be right now and to go through your own self-growth and transformation, because you deserve your own happiness and you deserve to create your own happiness in your life, as you are the manifester of your reality. And it doesn't matter how crazy or how intense of a connection you two have, you cannot let that person hold you back or stop you. And if you find something or find new love or find a person you really feel like you want to be with, that should not stop you either, just because you have a great connection. Just because you have an intense connection with this person, it should not stop you, or still shouldn't not stop you or hold you back from being with somebody else if you fall in love again, because that's okay. You know? I think it's really overplayed about having the one true love. I think in life we have multiple loves. Some are more special than others. I guess I would say it's fair that there will always be one special love you kind of place above all, but that might not be the person you marry, and that might not be the person you're happiest with. And I think we're meant as humans to form a lot of connections in life, because I think we really need a taste of what it is we truly want, and we get to learn through these relationships what we truly deserve and what we love to experience and what we love to surround ourselves with. It's all really just a learning process, and I think it's an important process that we have to continue to go through, especially when it comes towards having multiple relationships. And that may disappoint some people, but it's really not that disappointing when you recognize that you're just learning and figuring out what you like and what you love and who you love. It's just a learning process, and it's really not that bad. You know, they always say, oh, you know, you got a short amount of time here on Earth, 70 years, right? Let's just say you're, I don't know, 18, 19, 20, 25, you know, 70 years down the line, chances are you still got a good chance at life, you know, 60, 50, 70 years, whatever. That's a long time. Maybe short, but it still kind of is a long time. Life does pass you by every now and then, but you got time, man, you know? And spend it wisely. Don't spend your time, Scorpio, you know, crying over another person or just being upset that you're not with the one, right? Time shouldn't be wasted here. We should be enjoying every single moment. And by enjoying moments and living your best life is when beautiful things come into alignment with you, such as relationships and the right kind of people for you to be around. And also, it gives you more time to experiment and meet new people and figure out what you like and whom you want to be with, etc., etc. So this is a good thing. This is a really good thing, okay? No more rambling here. As for the overall outcome between Scorpio and who they're dealing with, please, throughout November 2019, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout November 2019. What is the overall outcome for the second half of November between Scorpio and their person here? Okay, what do we got? Eight of Swords, King of Cups, and the Eight of Wands, and the Six of Swords. No matter what, you are still going to have love for this person. Whether you're in love with them or not, you are going to have love for this individual. And you're going to think about them heavily, but you're bossing up in your emotions. You are here. You are bossing up in your emotions, and you are leveling up in your emotional resonance. With this Eight of Swords energy being present, I am feeling a lot of the heart chakra energy, which is basically your heart mending and healing. There's also a lot to do with your solar plexus is what I'm feeling here, okay? So be mindful of your solar plexus area, okay, Scorpio? That kind of deems your confidence and, you know, how you present yourself to the world. So just be careful about that. All right, there may be some solar plexus issues you need to work through. But with the King of Cups to the Eight of Swords, even though you're going to think about this person as much as possible, don't second guess your gut feeling. That's good too, because my stomach's starting to hurt. So please follow through with your intuition. You are making the right choice right now by distancing yourself from them and really focusing on you. You are making the proper and correct choice. Do not second guess your intuition and your decisions, okay? King of Cups is good. You are handling this, in an emotionally healthy and genuinely good way. Eight of Swords here, or sorry, Eight of Wands here, all the way to the Six of Wands, or the Six of Swords, sorry, a little tired here. But the Eight of Wands to the Six of Swords, you are moving towards beautiful, beautiful waters and calmer waters and good vibes and good energy. You need this break right now. I think you really need to take some time out for yourself and take your time out from this person. You've dealt with a lot. You've had a great run. You've had a great battle. All right, there's been a lot of history between you two, but I think right now you really need this time out. You need to approach these calmer waters and be calm and just be in a state of blissfulness and awareness and calmness and love. This is really important for you right now, and I think it's 110% what you need. It's like a spa day, except for maybe a couple months, right? So give yourself that time to truthfully just breathe and relax. Remember, Justice is here. Everything's working out in your favor. And the universe, and I talked about this earlier today in the daily reading, the universe is always working in your favor. It is never working against you. The universe is consistently working in your favor. It will never work against you. Okay, Scorpio? Now, in regards to Scorpio's best advice here, throughout the second half of November, please, what is Scorpio's best advice? Scorpio's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. During November 15th to the 30th, what is Scorpio's best advice? Page of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Hangman card, Fool card, Five of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. So with the Page of Swords to the Nine of Pentacles, this is letting you know there's no need to check in on this person. You're already very connected, probably telepathically connected as well. So there's no, there's no reason to check up on them. Don't check up on their social media. Don't check their Facebook and see how they're doing. Be in a state of time right now where you really embrace your confidence and embrace being on your own. Okay? Because while you're embracing being on your own, this powerful energy and sense of security and sense of self and groundedness is going to make you feel wonderful. Hangman card to the Fool card here. Aries energy, Pisces energy. With the Hangman card to the Fool card here, you are no longer stuck. And you are never stuck. Because the cycle is nothing more than just an illusion. And when you break free from that cycle, you break free from the illusion. So continue to understand that cycles are nothing but what you think you are stuck in, when the actuality of the situation is that you can freely leave whenever you want. So over here with the Fool card to the Hangman card, you are breaking yourself out of the cycle, and your best advice, is to break yourself free from the cycle. Really and totally surrender to the universe and release this connection. Really let it go where it needs to. Five of Wands and Queen of Wands. Whatever struggles you are dealing with, whether you are mad at this person, whether you have resent for them, whether there is unfinished business that you feel needs to be cleared up, feel the emotions you're feeling and you'll be able to release them. Don't resist feeling how you truly feel. If you're sad, be sad. If you're angry, be angry. Let that shit out, right? Feel your emotions when you feel them. It's healthy. But make sure you release them as you're feeling them. Don't allow things to bottle up and build up, or that's going to create a really bad downfall or a really bad shitstorm for you. And with this Queen of Wands energy here, it's time for you to tap right back into your boldness, your confidence, your sexiness, your attractiveness, that really good, fun side of you, Scorpio, that really lives within you. You're not always a sad person or an intense person. You're definitely a very fun individual. I love my Scorpios. So with this Queen of Wands, it's really time for you to jump back into your throne and say, look, I've overcome a lot of shit. I've overcome a lot of feelings and emotions. I've overcome a lot in this connection. And it's a lovely, lovely connection that comes with a lot of crazy stuff and some really disappointing times and some really good times. But I have overcome this and I am proud of myself. And I think you have to recognize and remind yourself that you should be proud of yourself, that you've gone through something that was so emotionally a roller coaster, right? It was a very big roller coaster ride on an emotional level. And I think you should be very proud of yourself for overcoming that and really pushing through that, Because that's not something everybody can overcome. And the fact that you're making good decisions right now to really reconnect with yourself and take some time out to connect with your higher self, as well as go through things in a very healthy, emotional way, that's something to take pride in. Because you're doing what's best for you. And you're also doing what's best for this person, because this individual needs their self-growth as well. Hence why you may be outgrowing them right now, because they are still kind of in the cycle of need, that they need you. But when you recognize that you and this person are always connected, then you realize that you're never separate from them. Separation is an illusion, right? Just how they say that about the twin flames, they say this about the counterparts, right? Not saying you and this person are twin flames, but there's a strong connection here. But the truth of the fact is that separation is an illusion. You and this person are not separate. If you are always connected, therefore you always will be connected. You are always together. So you will pick up on their energy and vice versa, they will pick up on yours. You will pick up on their thoughts and vice versa, they will pick up on yours. In the physical 3D reality, yes, maybe there's this illusion of separation, but you are always interconnected with whoever this person is you're dealing with. Okay? All right. Fucking A, Scorpio. This was one hell of a reading. I would try to get into a backstory between you guys, but I feel like it's going to be very, very much so different for every Scorpio, if that makes sense. Let me take a look here and see what I could see. Okay? What was the prominent issues between Scorpio and the person they were dealing with while they were in a relationship as well as out? What was making it so in and out between Scorpio and the individual they were connecting with, please? Please come through with accurate messages. Eight of Pentacles, Four of Cups. It was a runner chaser kind of vibe as well. Chariot card, Ace of Star card, Magician card. A lot had to play in the role of ego is what I'm seeing here. A lot had to play in the role of ego. A lot had to play as well with the runner and chaser kind of vibe. It always seemed like the timing was never perfect for you to be together. When the timing was perfect for you, Scorpio, it was off for them. When the timing was perfect for them, it was off for you. It almost seemed like there was a lot of coincidences, but also just seemed like there was a lot of interruptions that kind of didn't help you guys come together at all, truly, in the way you've wanted to. And there was also a lot of fears here that were kind of surrounding between you both. There was a lot of insecurities that you two would project on one another back and forth on a consistent basis. You'd project whatever fears and worries you had. They would project whatever fears and worries they had as well. And that's where a lot of resistance started to build up between you two. There was always a core of a lot of love that I see here between you guys. And always a core of a lot of attraction here as well, which is very important to acknowledge. But there was always a big resistance between you two due to the fact that the way that you both loved was in very different ways. So you guys loved in very different kind of ways is what I'm seeing here overall. It always just kind of felt like the timing was off is what I'm seeing. There's a lot of illusions and a lot of separations between you two. Or, excuse me, there's a lot of illusions that you guys were always apart. This is what I'm seeing here. You will be connected with this person, Scorpio. I feel here strongly they were a part of your past life, and if it's not even just about past lives, they're definitely connected here with you. There's some sort of contract that binds you two, but there's also a lot of energetic binding here that's going on between you two regardless. So, you know, like I said, Scorps, you can feel free to be with anybody else. You are not in chains. You are not damned or commanded or have to be with this person for the rest of your life. You have free will. If you don't want to be with them, you don't have to be with them. If you meet somebody new and fall in love, take that fucking opportunity because you deserve it. But right now, this is about your happiness and really establishing yourself and becoming the person you want to be and continue on that path and doing that for yourself. This person will get on that path as well. And usually when one person, okay, when one lover starts to do that thing, the other lover follows. So you might even inspire the person you're dealing with to become and live their best life, right? So there will be inspiration on both sides of the end. There will be more opportunities here with you and this person coming up in the near future. There will definitely be this cycle of repeating, okay? Like I said, on your end right now, you know that it's best for you to take out some time, but I do feel that, like, you know, there will be something that will come up again between you two that will pull you back together because of that beautiful connection you two have. But during that time when we get to it, it'll be your decision then. But I think for now, Scorpio, your best decision is to really continue focusing on yourself and doing you, and everything's going to fall into place. Complete and full surrender towards the universe. That is going to guide you home. I promise you that. Okay? All right. Scorpio, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, if it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. I do apologize that this is more of a meditative read. I apologize that I'm not super upbeat and enthusiastic. I just felt a lot of energy coming through and all that kinds of stuff. And I do apologize if you hear me breathe like every 5 seconds. Oh, I have a stuffy nose and I don't have the fan on right now. But I hope this reading was something that was beautiful for you guys that can really help and enlighten you. And I hope that it makes an impact in your life. And I really hope that you notice that you're tapping into this transformational energy. You're really jumping into your happiness right now. And you really are getting to the point where you're choosing to live for you instead of living for anybody else. And by letting this kind of connection go, it's going to help you. As well as other toxic connections. I'm not saying this connection is toxic, but there's toxic connections in your life that you're appearing to be letting go of as well, which is really going to make a difference in your overall mood and vibration, okay? So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. This reading is timeless. It may resonate at another time. So Scorpio, love you guys. Take care. Have a fantastic, awesome, and amazing rest of your November. And I will catch you guys in December 2019, all right? Peace.